just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. You better believe it, 'cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in a glance, boy. I can knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 or 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense, so please approach with caution. You never know who's watching, you never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking might step out like motherfuckers get to dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking, the sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man, I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me, I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to do
coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, it is championship night here, live from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Yes, the sprint car capital of the world. Plays host to the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Brett Wheeler will be joined alongside Alex Robinson in the not too distant future as he wraps up a 360 Williams Grove broadcast for the National Sim Racing Series. But we don't have to worry about that because we have got a field of 33 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight to chase down a championship. But after 9 weeks so far coming into the night, it was Tyler Schell who holds a mere 2-point advantage over a 3-time iRacing World Champion, Alex Bergeron, who in fact has missed 1 week already and still sits just 2 points. So it's literally going to come down to the final race in the A-Main later on tonight as we welcome in Alex Robinson. Alex, we were just talking about the points coming into tonight, and as the drivers are about to take to the racetrack for qualifying, it's Tyler Show, Alex Bergeron, Braden Eiler sits 1 point clear of Kendall Tucker, and it's a four-man fight for the championship, and you've done some crunching of the numbers today to find out who needs to finish where to claim season number 2 of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Cars.
Did the crunching of the numbers, heat racing, qualifying. Those points don't matter because that does not end it. But Alex Bergeron, he needs to win tonight and have Tyler Shell finish third. If he finishes second, it's a tie in points, which still tiebreaker goes to Alex Bergeron for having more wins than Tyler Shell this season. So Bergeron wins. Tyler Shell in third or worse, Bergeron wins points. Shell just needs the win to win a points championship. Braden Eiler, Kendall Tucker, those two still have a chance here tonight to win points as well. If Eiler wins, he needs Shell and Bergeron to finish 16th and worse for him to clinch that points championship. Kendall Tucker needs Shell and Bergeron to finish 18th or worse, and Braden Eiler to finish second in points for him to win this championship. We will go over that again before feature time, but that is how it goes. All 4 drivers still have a chance to win this championship tonight.
Well, speaking of Mason Hannigan, he was with us in the booth with the 360s. He's now going quick time with a 15.154. Tyler Shell second quick with a 15.181. Kenny Miller on screen. He goes third quick there with a 15.185. Landon Cardoza, Braden Eiler. Looking to see if Kendall Tucker, in fact, he is on the racetrack as well. So he's winding the Swindell Speed Lab 00 machine up. And as Clayton Tilley now goes quick time with a 15.150. And Alex Bergeron has just entered onto the racetrack. So we'll take a look at his lap times. These drivers have less than a minute to get 2 laps in, or at least 1 lap in, to set themselves up for the heat racing action. Kendall Tucker, we'll see where he goes. It's 25th quick, and this second lap should be a whole lot better. Just again, keeping that momentum up in the 00 machine for Swindell Speed Lab. He was good in the Pro Series. He was good at this very, very racetrack. Kendall Tucker, where will he go? He sits position number 4 with a 15.168. But here he is, a 3-time iRacing World Champion, looking for his first championship with the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car Series. Alex Bergeron goes third quick with a 15.155. 5/1000ths of a second. Alex, separate your top 4. And it just goes to show you this field is really, really tight. 31 drivers have taken a time, and Bergeron goes quicker with a 15.127. A 15.127. Alex, a very, very strong statement by Alex Bergeron.
Bergeron gonna try and make this his points to lose tonight as he goes quick time. You see Bergeron, Tilley, Hannigan, Zagers, and Kendall Tucker, your top 5. Tyler Shell, Tim Smith, Kenny Miller, Landon Cardoza, and Braden Eiler, your top 10. And you see all 4 cars qualify in the top 10 here. So they'll be starting on that front row of one of their heat races.
Well, we spoke about the championship battle, on what it's going to come down to. Alex Bergeron and, of course, Tyler Shell. As we did I just see Jerry Vansicle walk into Dingus? I'm pretty sure Jerry just actually walked into Dingus. I think Sean Neistat. Sean's still there. Man, tell you what, Jerry and Sean, they got a problem. Sean's over at the Rib Shack. Jerry's at Dingus trying to chat up the bar lady, and we're at here calling a race. But let's take a look. Heat race number 1. Alex, how about this one for a front row? Alex Bergeron will start position number 1. He's outside the man he needs to beat. Tyler Shell lines up position number 2.
Chris Sabisky, he will start in position number 3 to the outside. The 54 from Texas, it's Gunnar Harris.
Row 3 is going to be consisted of a couple of Firm Motorsports drivers. On the inside of third row, out of position at number 5, goes the 47 entry of Jason Randolph, and to his outside for the Firm Motorsports driving the number 5 machine, it's Josh Van Martin. He'll start position number 6, and Trey Galgan will line up out of position number 7. Alex, we're going to talk about this a lot tonight. been the last race of the season. Everybody win. Tyler Schell picked up a dominating Season 1 championship, 9 out of 10 feature wins. He started Season 2 off in the right way. There was a race where he didn't have the luck that you need to have in some of these races when the big guns come out. And now he fights for a championship, just 2 points. And this, Alex, this could be a deciding factor for that championship in this very heat race, considering that the two drivers that start on the front row, well, they're the two drivers that are fighting it out for the championship.
Well, again, the scary thing is here, there is a chance of tiebreakers, but Tyler Schell didn't dominate like he did last season with the 9 out of 10. So tiebreaker comes into play with him, with Alex Bergeron and Tyler Schell, or Bergeron and Tucker. All four of them have wins this season, but it's just been Alex Bergeron's season to lose so far. Missed an opening race, and then we saw him, a mid-season point, made a mistake, hit the inside wall, went to the back, came all the way up and still finished in the top 3. So he's had to make the run, so has Tyler Schell, and it's going to be one of those as both of them start on the front row of heat race number 2. Pace truck is off. Heat race number 1 underway, and Alex Bergeron leads us into 1 and 2. Alex Bergeron out in front, Tyler Schell in second, Sabisky in third right now. Bergeron, though, that 12 machine, he leads us lap number 1. Tyler Schell, that 85 machine, he's right on the back bumper of the 12 machine. As you've seen, this battle has carried on and on throughout this season. It carried over from the Pro Series. We talked about it. This is a friendly rivalry, it looks like, brewing between that 85 and the 12, and it's coming ahead here tonight with that battle for the points, and oh my goodness, contact between the two of them, the 12, the 85, and Sabisky, he's going to take over the lead here. 21 of Chris Sabisky, he takes over the lead. Bergeron in second, Tyler Schell into the third spot. As you see, Schell holds third right now. All this upset of the century here, it will be great for that 21 to start on the pole of this Apex feature at Knoxville Speedway, but he still has that 12. He still has that 85 with halfway. 5 down, 5 to go. Into turn 1 and 2, it's still the Canadian with Chris Sabisky. 12 of Bergeron. Tyler Schell still in the third spot, as again, they have all filed out into their spots right now. Bergeron in second, still Schell, still right behind him, as both of them still haven't been able to catch that 21 after those two got into a little bit of contact there, and it's going to be that 21 Sabisky still out and front, and well, it's a Sabisky thing right now with Schell, Bergeron. Bergeron goes to the inside, Schell on the outside. Those two battling it out for the second spot right now. Schell takes back the second spot over Bergeron. This matters in starting spots, folks, and it's harder to go from mid-pack to the front here, and that's what Bergeron's looking at as a starting spot. But Chris Sabisky, that 21 machine out in front, and he is going to look like he is still the man to beat with the white flag in the air. It's Sabisky, Schell, Bergeron still in the third spot. As folks, if you missed it, Bergeron and Schell got into contact there. Sabisky has taken advantage of it midway through this race. He has led most of this heat race after that. And Chris Sabisky in the 21, he is going to win heat race number 1, as we call it, up that, as he beat Tyler Schell and Alex Bergeron. That is your top 3. Those 3 go on to tonight's main event.
Well, what a way. Again, apologies. I don't know why the Facebook feed actually dropped there for a second, so again, apologies to the people that may have been watching, but we do have our YouTube feed up as well. But heat race number 1 is complete. Sabisky will get the win ahead of Tyler Schell, Alex Bergeron. They'll come home second and third. Randolph, Galgon, Harris, and Van Marnen now the 7 cars for heat number 1. Heat number 2, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, Alex. And Clayton Tilley for Momentum Simsport's going to start on the pole position. And to the outside, driving the TSM car number 50 entry, that is Tim Smith, position number 2.
Row number 2 on the inside, the 7, it's Craig Silby. To the outside, TSM, the 01 of David Allen.
Row 3, going to be Andrew Hauser, starts out of position number 5 in the Team Outlaw Motorsports. Number 17, 17 will start position number 6, that's Tyler Schultz. And Austin Drucke in car number 22, going to line up out of position number 7. And looking at another good field here in Alex in heat race number 2. And welcome to the sprint car, capital of the world.
I knew you would start something. I'm just going to let it go. You know, after you left, we went green to checkered.
Yeah, blame Alex.
That was a you thing. You packed up and left, and guess what? Green to checkered.
Mason left too, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he was...
No, he still stayed in the booth with me. Didn't talk much, but...
That doesn't sound like Mason. Anyhow, we are on the Wonder Green signal right now. You're feeling hungry? During the warm-up session, feel free to head over to Rib Shack, try and chat to Sean Neistat, or you can always head over to Dingus and chat with Jerry Vansicle, who is keeping an eye on the gas prices, Alex. He lets us know that the gas prices here on iRacing are getting very close to what they are in the real world out there in Knoxville. But here we go. Heat number 2 of 5 on the program. Clayton Tilley going to lead us off. Turn number 4, green flag is out. And I'll tell you what, Tim Smith, he's got a good looking hot rod. That's a new paint scheme on that 50.
At 50, as you see, even David Allen, both of them have new paint schemes here, and I think it was time to, get a little new groove out here, especially championship night. It's not wrong to go with something new, and Tim Smith and David Allen both here in the 2 and 3 spot, both of them looking in a transfer right now, but Craig Silby in that plain white 7 machine, that's going to get a little dirty here tonight.
Yeah, certainly will. Here comes now. Smith now works down to the inside on your race leader. Clayton Tilley down into turn number 3 and 4. Smith slide job. It was a short slider, but nonetheless, it cleared him. And Tilley works it back to the inside, side by side, down into turn number 3 and 4. Alex, we're starting to see a great battle for the race lead. And look out, because David Allen in the 0-1 machine looks to close in on the 2 guys out in front. Smith slides up in front of Tilley, and again, it's a tennis match going back and forth. Tilley makes a mistake out of turn number 2. Now he'll look for the bottom side down into 3 and 4. He'll stay all the way glued to the inside. Meanwhile, Smith around the outside. Alex, what a race you've got for positions number 1 and 2.
Clayton Tilley going to slide up. He does another short slider on Tim Smith. Smith goes to the inside here. That 50 machine of Tim Smith going to slide back up. He takes back your lead. The 50, the 51. You see the 01 back there. He's in that 3rd spot still. He's capitalizing as both him and Craig Silby. Those 2 are closing in on your front 2. Tim Smith, Clayton Tilley, but Tim Smith right now as we are closing in. 4 to go. The 50 machine, he still leads.
Yeah, Tim Smith doing a hell of a job out in front at the moment. He had to run down your early race leader of Clayton Tilley. Tilley now runs in the 2nd spot. Tilley grabs a piece of the arm, go wall down on the back straightaway. Now look at David Allen. He's running the same line as what Tim Smith. There's no doubt they're probably on the same surface as well. It looks like, I don't know if that's a TB design or a TP design, but nonetheless, they have got Tim Smith and David Allen's hot rods. They are looking very, very schmick as we come to the popsicle sticks. Are out, Alex, 2 to run.
Tim Smith, 2 to run. That 50 machine, he's looking to lock up the outside of row number 1. There comes David Allen. He's trying to sneak to the inside of the 51 of Clayton Tilley. Tilley now going to try and shut the door a little bit there as Allen slides up. White flag in the air for the 50 of Timothy Smith. Tilley in 2nd, David Allen in 3rd, but it looks like the gap is too much to handle for the 51 of Clayton Tilley as Tim Smith in the 50. TSM, he is going to win heat race number 2, and he starts on the outside of row number 1 for your feature event. Tilley in 2nd, David Allen in 3rd.
Well, there we go. Heat number 2 is completed right now. We'll take a look at your finishing results for your 2nd heat. And again, the win goes to Tim Smith in the TSM number 50 machine. Again, as Alex said, he'll start to the outside of the front row. Clayton Tilley, David Allen, they'll transfer all to the main event. Craig Silby, Austin Drucke, Andrew Hauser, and Tyler Schultz. 4.3 seconds separating first through to position number 7 in 10 laps. And again, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will all find themselves in some consolation races. But heat race number 3, right in front of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, Black Diamond Motorsports 1X machine of Mason Hannigan will start from position number 1. He's outside, driving car number 23 for Phantom Motorsports. Kenny Miller lines up out of position number 2.
J-Mac, it's the 2M of Jamie McCarron. He will start in the 3rd spot for the Firm Motorsports to the outside. Iridium Sim Sports, the 79. It's Daniel Boyd.
Position number 5, driving the 77 machine, that's Remington Wade, lining up to his outside, driving the 36 machine, that is going to be Justin Osborne, and lining up at a position number 7, the Team Outlaw Motorsports 32B entry, the boss of BJ Duval, lines up out of position number 7. Alex spoke to BJ earlier on, over the past couple of nights, in fact, and he's pretty much said that he's here to make the main yet again, and he's going to do it with a full field. And well, after not getting a qualifying lap in, things just start to get a little difficult for that 32B. But he's had some luck, and I think he's made 3 features so far this season, and he's done it with more than 25 cars in, so he's had to race his way in.
I feel like that was a jab at me. But we're not going to talk about it.
I wouldn't do that.
No, you would never, right?
No, absolutely not. I would never do such a thing, Alex. Kenny Miller and Mason Hannigan. Mason Hannigan on the front row on the inside along with Kenny Miller. Here we go. Hannigan stands on the loud battle. We are green. Beautifully presented. Randy Hannigan. Tim Sims, Dirt Track Simulators for Black Diamond Motorsports. Hannigan will lead down the back straightaway. Kenny Miller runs in second. Daniel Boyd, pair of Aussies, running third and fourth right now. One car into the fence. That's Justin Osborne. As now Duval now trying to get by Remington way down into 1 and 2. Sorry.
As BJ Duval, you see, he is closing in. He's trying to at least get a better starting spot in one of the B mains here tonight. If he can't make the show, but he has to get past, at least Remington Wade, Jamie McCarran, if he wants to start on one of those front 2 rows for a B main here tonight. But Mason Hannigan in the 1X, he's out in front. Kenny Miller in the second spot. These two, both professional, both of them are micro drivers. Miller, Hannigan, both ran the Tulsa shootout, so they both have some kind of experience with each other, and they're both running 1 and 2. Hannigan still out in front as Miller's in that second spot. Those two battling it out once more again. Hannigan goes right against the cushion. So does Miller. 1 and 2. There they go. Miller goes to the bottom side trying to exit it out here. McCarran, he's in the third spot right now, but he has company. Daniel Boyd right behind him. But Hannigan, Miller, the battle for the lead is on as Miller goes to the inside of Hannigan. Hannigan up top, Miller in the middle side of the track. These two have been battling it out with 4 to run. It's still the 1X of Mason Hannigan. Kenny Miller in the second spot. Miller right on the tail, but Hannigan, that 1X just looks like he is the man to beat in heat race number 3.
Yeah, Hannigan showing the way, but I tell you what, Kenny Miller has not gone away from the 1X pursuit of the USA number 7 entry as Miller again just sits just shy of 2 car lengths away from Hannigan. Hannigan runs a slider line down into 3 and 4. This time by, we'll see 2 laps left to run. It's all been the Mason Hannigan and Kenny Miller show out in front. Jamie McCarran, meanwhile, J-Mac has gotten into position number 3. He's gotten by the 79 Iridium Simsports entry of Daniel Boyd. Wade holds on to position 5. Duval in 6 and Osborne running up the 7 car field. White flag is out, 1 to run. One last opportunity right now for Kenny Miller. Can he throw the kitchen sink at Mason Hannigan? Is Hannigan going to hold his nerve down into turn number 3? They'll both run the same lane. Here comes Hannigan to the outside, Miller to the inside. Not going to be enough. Mason Hannigan going to hang on here to a victory in heat race number 3. And Alex, so far we've seen a few entertaining heat races. Seen some drama early on, of course, between Shell Bergeron. But I tell you what, this is really shaping up to certainly be a race that could decide, or that will decide, a championship.
Yes, these first 3 heat races have been barn burners up front. As you remember, upset in the first one, that was Sabisky taking it over with Shell and Bergeron. Hannigan wins this one. Heat race number 4 has a lot to top. Can they do it?
All right, there is your finishing results there. Heat race number 3, Hannigan, Miller, McCarran, Boyd, Wade, Duval, and Osborne. Heat race number 4 on the grid. Daniel Ziegler's a podium last week for Elbows Up Sim Sports in the 8Z machine. He'll start out of position number 1. To his outside, driving the 114 entry for Stand United Racing, that is Landon Cardoza, position number 2.
Row number 2, the 55, Vanderpool Racing. It's Hayden Harvey to the inside. Outside the 26, it's Phil Croce.
Trevor Frank driving the 21F machine for Vanderpool Racing lines up at a position at number 5, and John DeWard lines up at a position number 6, and out of position number 7 driving the 21 for the Firm Motorsports, that is Kevin Fry. And this is 28 cars, Alex, so far that have started heat racing competition. And if we have another 7 cars, well, we are looking at a 35 car field with only 24 going to make the show.
Daniel Zayers, Anthony Cardoza, your front row. And remember, Cardoza has made a name for himself this series as he's been running really well. He's been putting, the heat races together, the contests if he has to run one. Just hasn't been able to put the feature results together, though.
All right, well, let's see if these drivers, let's see how many of these drivers are going to put it together, because only the top 3 going straight into the main event. Everybody else have to run a B main. We'll have probably 3 of those B mains. Worst case scenario, we'll have 2 of them. Zegers gets a good launch. Here comes Hayden Harvey down to the inside on Cardoza into turn number 1 and 2. Great battle already shaping up for positions 2 and 3. As Phil Croce in the 14 watches the battle between Harvey and Cardoza. Harvey slides up. Cardoza around the outside, left front to left rear to right front. And now here comes Phil Croce. Now going to make it a 3-way dance for positions number 2, 3, and 4. Hayden Harvey holds on to position 3 at the moment. Croce and Harvey, they'll bang wheels down into 3 and 4. Alex, it's all happening here in Knoxville, baby.
Harvey and Croce battle for that transfer spot. Croce has it there at the line, but here comes Harvey back to the inside corner. Those two side by side. Frank, you see, got a little tap there from Kevin Fry. Those two battling it out for the 5th spot, but this battle for the transfer spot, it's the 26. Croce, he holds on to it, but Harvey is not going to let him get away that easy.
No, Croce at the moment, he started on the outside of Hayden Harvey. Now Harvey finds himself on the outside looking in after having a pretty strong opening lap and a half, but now just starting to fade away. But again, as this track starts to slick it off, we'll certainly see the top side be really effective around probably heats 4, 5, and probably the first of 2 B mains, but it'll only be a matter of time before someone decides to run the slider line or someone decides to run the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes the slider line from Hayden Harvey, man. He nearly drove into the cockpit of the number 14 machine of Phil Croce, but Croce holds on. Here comes another slider attempt from Harvey. Is he going to clear him? Not quite. Croce around the outside. What a battle for positions 3 and 4 with 4 to go.
Harvey letting him know that, hey, I'm here. I'm not letting you get this transfer spot that easy. This time he's going to go to the top side, try and gain some speed around the top. He lost a lot of momentum trying for a slider. He's going to do it again. This time he's going to get him. Contact between him and Croce. Croce going to go upside down as the 26 of Phil Croce. He is upside down. Harvey into the 3rd spot, and that's going to be controversial in the pits.
Oh, Vanderpool Racing making sure they're going to get at least 1 spot in the main event, whether it's going to be Hayden Harvey or Trevor Frank, because I don't know if race control is going to allow that one to happen, but we've got a lap and a half to run. Daniel Zegers in the elbows up. Simsports Flow Racing 8Z entry will make his way off turn number 4. As meanwhile, Trevor Frank has gotten by Hayden Harvey, so Harvey just falling back to the back. And again, whether that is a black flag from race control or not, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But Zegers will make the final 2 left-hand turns down into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. The virtual, what was Doug Clark flag stand, but now is, I believe it's Justin Clark. They're going to wave the checkered flag in heat race number 4. Daniel Zegers gets the win, Landon Cardoza 2nd. Trevor Frank in 3rd, Kevin Fry in 4th, and we'll take a look at the rest of the results as they pop up on your screen. Harvey in 5th, DeWard in 6th, and Phil Croce after copping the big right rear from Hayden Harvey doesn't finish actually, but he will come home in the 7th position. Your final heat race of the night and final heat race of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Cars here from Knoxville, the sprint car capital of the world. Championship night for season number 2. Kendall Tucker in the Swindell Speed Lab 00 machine will start from the pole position to his outside, driving the elbows up. Simsports number 5 machine of Braden Isle, position at number 2.
Matthew Croak from Phantom Motorsports, he will start in 3rd outside Beerline Racing. It's the 13A of Aiden Beerline.
And your third and final row to the inside of position at number 5 in the Headhunter Motorsports, car number 29, that is Joe Kaiser. And starting at a position at number 6, driving car number 41, that is Darren Hall. And Alex, we are looking at 34 drivers have officially taken to the racetrack in heat racing. Actually, not one driver did not miss the grid. Well, that is going to be an awesome sight later on to find out one of two things. Who's going to answer the question? Who's going to park it in victory lane in the final race of the season? But more importantly, who's going to lift season number 2 trophy here after Knoxville?
Man, oh man, you know, we've seen it all this season. Daniel Zager's finally getting in the podium last week. You see Kenny Miller do some miracle things, getting in podiums once or twice this season. Tim Smith, he's looking strong tonight at Knoxville. He might have a chance of podium or maybe finishing in the pole. But heat race number 1, you had 1 and 2 in points starting on the front row. Heat race number 5, you have 3 and 4 in points starting on the front row. So now you got to start with the front 2. You get to end with the next 2 in points. Who is going to start and win a heat race? We'll find out. Pace truck off. Final heat race of the season is underway. And Kendall Tucker, he gets a jump on Braden Eiler. And Eiler has some company because Croak and Beerline were right on his tail.
Yeah, Beerline got around the outside of Croak there, and Croak looked like he's in a new paint scheme as well. So a couple of these drivers debuting the new paint schemes right at the season ends. And well, what's the worst that's going to happen? Well, they're going to have to tear it up and get out a virtual new race car. Speaking of trying to not tear things up, Braden Eiler, he is very, very good around this type of a racetrack, right up on the cushion. But he's also good down low, and that's where he's going, down into turn number 3 and 4. Probably not the ideal line at the moment, but he'll certainly work to the fluff into turn number 1 and 2. He caught the cushion, lifted up the rear end of the race car, and he had to drive it back down the racetrack. Meanwhile, Beerline is watching where Braden Eiler and Kendall Tucker are going, and he's trying to duplicate those same lines as we head off into 1 and 2. 3 laps in the books, final heat race of the night, and here comes Braden Eiler looking for the lead.
Eiler right there to the inside of Kendall Tucker. Here comes the haymaker. That 05 machine. Eiler now takes over the front spot. Not for long. Tucker comes right to that inside. He's going to return the favor. He goes, anything you can do, I can do better. As here we go. The battle of slide jobs between the 5, the 00. Tucker, Eiler, this again. Battle is on to see who can start up front, who can start mid-pack, as these two are trading slider left and right.
Yeah, cross flag sticks are out, 5 down and 5 to run in the final heat race of the season for season number 2, the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting Sprint Car Series. Eiler once again, big slider and big momentum down into turn number 3, out of turn 4 at the start-finish line by about 6 1/1000ths of a second. Give it to Kendall Tucker at the moment. And again, he'll slide up to the cushion, he'll slide up into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in the museum. But Eiler, he's already got him cleared as he heads off down into turn number 3. He's going to look to protect the bottom side out of turn number 4. But Eiler, he had to move up the racetrack. Kendall Tucker stuck a nose up on the inside, and again 3 to go. Alex, and we're still none the wiser on who's going to win heat race number 5.
Eiler, look at the run he got out of the corner just to return the slider on Tucker. These two, again, pro drivers. You've seen these battles throughout that pro season. They're going at it once more. Another slider given by Kendall Tucker. 2 to go. Eiler trying to get a run. Here comes, you know what's coming next. Oh, no, he's going to hold the bottom. Didn't get the run there. As here we go, white flag in the air, the 00. Kendall Tucker gets the run. Going to block the slider going into 1 and 2.
Good run for Kendall Tucker into 1. Here comes Eiler back down to the bottom side. He's not going to get anywhere near clear of the 00 machine. So Tucker will run the slide line down into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Here comes Eiler to the inside. But no, Kendall Tucker going to hold on to heat race number 5 victory. Braden Eiler home in second. Aiden Beerline third. Fourth is going to go to Matthew Croak. And we are looking at 2 B mains on the program. But before we get into the first of 2 B mains, we'll take a look at heat race number 5 results about to pop up on your screen right now. Kendall Tucker, Braden Eiler, and Aiden Beerline. Your top 3, Croak, Kaiser, and Hull, all going to one of 2 B mains. Speaking of the first B main, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. It's going to be 12 laps. And we're going to take the top 4, ladies and gentlemen. Starting on the pole in the Firm Motorsports number 47 machine, Jason Randolph will start position number 1. Starting on the outside of the front row from position number 2 for Iridium Sim Sports, it's the 79 of Daniel Boyd.
Row number 2 on the inside. Phantom Motorsports 02. It's Matthew Croak to the outside. The 22. It's Austin Drew K.
Out of position number 5 for Vanderpool Racing in the 55 entry, that is Hayden Harvey. And lining up out of position number 6 in the 54 entry, that is Gunnar Harris.
BJ Duval will start in the 7th spot for Team Outlaw Motorsports. In the 32 outside, the 41, it's Darren Harrell. And rounding on the field, Team Outlaw Motorsports 17 entry of Tyler Schultz.
7 cars make that 9 cars in B main number 1. All 9 cars have taken it to the racetrack, and this is going to just change things up a bit. Jason Randolph has been given an EOL, as has Hayden Harvey. So the drivers that we're going to start positions 1 and 5 are now going to start position number 7 and 9. So that'll, of course, be from heat racing competition. Of course, Hayden Harvey feeding a big right rear in his heat race. I'm not sure why Jason Randolph, maybe there was an incident that we missed in Jason's heat race. So nonetheless, we're going to go green flag this time by Alex and have a look at Duval. He's automatically into a transfer position starting grid at the moment.
Yes, and everyone was asking about points. So Tyler Schell comes in 19 on points this season. Alex Bergeron in second with 217. Eiler third with 199. Kendall Tucker in fourth with 198. Jason Randolph is fifth right now. He is out of the picture, though, for the points championship, and he is in this B main.
All right, well, green flag is out. 12 laps the distance here in B main number 1. Druki in the 22 machine to the inside there on Duval. Duval rips the lip around in turn number 3 and 4. We are working on our second lap in B main number 1. Keep an eye on the 55 of Hayden Harvey. Again, had to start from the back in the B main, and he's already up on the wheel. He's already passed 4 cars to get into position 5, and now 1 spot out of a transfer position. Darren Hall, meanwhile, pulls that car back to the pits. His night is done in the 41. Meanwhile, Matthew Croak, Daniel Boyd, BJ Duval, and Austin Druki in the 22 hold down the 4 final transfer positions.
Druki in the 22. He's on that bubble spot right now because you have Harvey, you have Harris, Schultz, Randolph, all those guys who have made at least one show. I think Harris and Schultz might be the only 2 that have been looking to make a show. But Drew K right now holding on to that 4th spot. He's coming after BJ Duval, trying to put him on that bubble spot as you see him trying to make a move. Killing time as these 2 are coming right for him.
Druki with a slide job there on Duval. Duval now back to the outside. Druki left a bit of room. Look out, they'll make a little contact. Duval into the wall and upside down. Big ride. And that'll put Hayden Harvey into the 4th and final transfer spot. But we go yellow in B main number 1. And tough break for BJ Duval. I get why that Druki would have made that move, but you're in a transfer spot. I know you want the insurance positions, and that probably doesn't show it all that well. Might have just been a little bit of a racing deal here. So, slow-mo replay coming up. This was the incident. We'll see if Duval came down or whether Druki moved up. Yeah, it's hard to say on that one. Maybe Druki moved up just a touch, but
I think it was one of those too close to call. But then you see Gunnar Harris gets in there. So a lot of damage on that machine of BJ Duval. He's still on the track. But Tyler Schultz, Jason Randolph, those 2, they're off the track. Their season is done. Gunnar Harris right now, he's got some damage because he's the one that hit that 32 machine. So both of those 2 behind Hayden Harvey on that transfer spot, and both of those cars have some damage.
yeah, well, we've obviously been speaking about points, obviously for a good reason here. Championship night. The driver that sits 5th in points, Jason Randolph, he's out of the event in the B main. That now leaves Kenny Miller, Mason Hannigan to potentially leapfrog Jason Randolph, and that could mean that, well, Randolph might end up finishing 6th or 7th and not 5th. There was a bit of a gap from 4th to 5th. So, I don't think they're going to jump into the top 4. But I tell you what, when it comes to finishing in a top 5 in the championship, that's going to be another big factor as well, Alex. Green flag is out. Matthew Croak going to lead us back into turn number 1 and 2. 8 down and 4 to run. And again, we'll keep an eye on the 4th and final transfer position. Is this the battle once again is going to heat up right now? Druki and Harvey. Now look at Duval now trying to get around the outside. He'll switch to the inside there on Gunnar Harris, fighting for a better finishing position in B-main number 1.
As both of them have to make a move and catch up to that 4th spot of Hayden Harvey if they want to make the show. Oh, a little pressure on Harris. It looked like contact there. And Harris has flipped as now BJ Duval, I think, has pulled into the pits possibly.
Yeah, I think that was BJ's way of saying, sorry, I'm not going to go and fight for a transfer spot when I've just knocked somebody out of the ballpark. And unlucky for both Gunnar Harris. He was involved in the earlier wreck where BJ Duval and Austin Druki come together. And unfortunately, Duval maybe just misjudged the entry into the turn, and unfortunately, that's going to put us in a classic #blame Alex situation of a green-white checker.
I didn't do it. It's not my fault.
We're going to blame you anyway. Hey, Alex, I'm not sure if you've got this information ready, but you can see down the bottom left of the screen the #StrongAsAMac. I believe you might have some information on why we have that on our broadcast.
Well, and let me pull it right up here, sir. So again, Michaela Sheeb, she is battling cancer right now. She will have surgery coming up on the 26th. There's a GoFundMe page. It should be in the description. She is the niece of admin. You saw him run the 360s last night. It's Brandon Morgan's niece. That family is in need, ladies and gentlemen. So strong as a Mac. You can see that on some driver's car. Again, folks, donations are begged and pleaded here. These guys are in need of support, and just like always, iRacing family, we come in handy. So again, if you can, please donate to #StrongAsAMac.
All right, and as you can see down the bottom now of the screen, currently at the moment, what we are doing here on UltimateDirtTV at the end of the month, we're doing a draw between $50 and $100, depending on how many supporters we have at the end of the month. It only costs you $4.99 a month. Tonight, if we can get to 15, all proceeds from tonight, the money, or the supporters that come in tonight, will go directly to the #StrongAsAMac. And again, you can still be in the draw for the draw later on at the end of the month as well. But we're set for a green-white checker situation here in Matthew Croak, Daniel Boyd, Hayden Harvey, Austin Druki. Yeah, he holds down the key for the final transfer position. Gunnar Harris, how much damage does he have as we work the back straight away? Alex, a lap and a half to run.
Green-white checkered only in the way that we like it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Matthew Croak, Daniel Boyd, Hayden Harvey, Austin Drew K. White flag in the air. 4 cars will make it on to the final show of the year. 1 car will write an end. 2 cars, will write an end to their season. As you see, Harvey going to go to the inside here. Not going to really try and push the move. Matthew Croak, though, he's going to win B-main number 1. Daniel Boyd in second. Hayden Harvey third. Austin Drew K. He is going to come home with the final transfer spot here of B-main number 1.
Hey, I'm just getting word right now that I think somebody has just left the pit area. They've just gone through the gate, and I believe that somebody is heading over here. We'll just see if we can get a camera shot. Oh, yeah, that's BJ Duval, who just went into the Knoxville Medical Clinic. I wonder if he's okay. Wonder if he's going to be okay after that one.
I think he might have a slight concussion there. But you see, there's your results. Matthew Croak, Daniel Boyd, Hayden Harvey, Austin Drew Trey. Those guys. Going on to the show, Gunnar Harris, Darren Harrell, BJ Duval, Tyler Schultz, Jason Randolph. It's been a fun season, boys, but that will wrap your season up here for Season 2 of Apex Auto Class and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Cars. B-main number 2. Again, 4 cars go on, the rest go home. And on the pole, it's the 7 of Craig Silby to the outside, the Firm Motorsports, 21 of Kevin Fry.
Trey Galgon driving the 49 machine. He'll start out of position number 3 into the outside of row number 2. Position number 4, the 77 of Remington Wade.
Joe Kaiser, Headhunter Motorsports 29. He starts 5th outside the 13 of Andrew Hauser.
Position number 7, John DeWard. Out of position number 8 for the Firm Motorsports. Driving the 5 entry, Josh Van Manen.
Justin Osborne in the 36. He starts in 9th, and rounding out the field in the 26, it is Phil Croce.
Hang on, just been told that that Tyler Schultz has had enough. He's pulled out onto the road, and he's gone to Dingus. He's gone to look for Jerry Vansicle.
I think Jerry might have sent him a message saying the first round's on me here tonight at the Dingus. So, well, boys, if you didn't make the show, head over there. I think Jerry's buying around for everyone.
Yeah, I just hope that he doesn't leave his credit card behind, and hopefully that Wendy. I don't know if we should get into that Wendy joke. I think we'll leave that joke. I think we'll leave Wendy to Sean and Jerry. They've been very, very kind enough to show Wendy the ropes. But as Pace Truck is in, Craig Silby in the 7 machine, and Kevin Fry, green flag is out. And well, Fry, he went from the middle to the bottom and now back to the middle. He was all sorts of crossed up there on the start.
Kevin Fry, a tough start, but he still holds that second spot. UC Trey Galkin, Remington Wade, Joe Kaiser right behind him there. 4 cars make it on to the A main. Joe Kaiser right now holds on to that spot, but Galkin, Hauser, all these cars want to keep their night going, keep their season alive, but they got to get by that 29 of Joe Kaiser.
And Kaiser again holds the final key into the main event later on tonight. It'll be a 23-car field, as we've already locked in 3-car, 3 times 5, which is 15, and of course 4 from each. So again, 23-car field. Hauser and Van Manen side by side. Again, this is for bragging rights at the moment. Hauser, that's Andrew Hauser in the 13 machine. Now swoops to the outside. He got past Van Manen, and now looking to come after the 29 here of Joe Kaiser. He's got Remington Wade in front of him. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on your screen, but the battle is on for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as old Kaiser. He nearly got into the back of Wade. Now had to check up a bit, and Hauser, he nearly got into the back of Kaiser.
And man, oh man, you see Kaiser slide job on Remington Wade. Wade now had to check up there. Here comes Hauser to the outside. Hauser tried to force it. He gets into the wall. Here comes Josh Van Manen. Manen to the inside. Here, he's in the 5th spot. He's going after Remington Wade now. And he has company because here comes Phil Croce to that 14 machine. He's going to throw a haymaker on Van Manen.
Croce, Van Manen side by side, give the advantage to Croce, the black and green number 14. Van Manen now slides up, trying to thread the needle. Oh, look out, Van Manen and Croce, they come together. Croce upside down into the wall. We are staying at green. No, there it is, right on cue. We go yellow, and probably a timely yellow for some of these drivers just to regain their composure. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Van Manen in the 5 slides up in front of Croce. Croce hits the cushion. He got a good run, got into the back of Van Manen, and Hauser comes through and upside down goes to 14. And unfortunately, well, he got that car back on all fours, but he's already, by that time, he's called the virtual tow, and that will be the end of Phil Croce in the 14 for season number 2. Again, a big thanks to, of course, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting with their support with the series against season number 2. And at this stage, there are already in talks of what is going to happen for season number 3. Can we have a repeat winner for season 2? Tyler Shell, of course, picked up season number 1 victory. Can he pick up season number 2 victory, or will Alex Bergeron, Kendall Tucker, or Brandon Eiler spoil the party for a championship celebration here tonight? Alex, someone is going to Dingus later on to celebrate a win.
Somebody is going to win indeed. Who is going to do it? Well, you'll have to tune in and find out later on after this B main concludes. But 4 cars will conclude this B main with going on to our feature event. The rest of these drivers will write an end to their season 2.
Again, a big thank you to everybody that is watching on the Facebook feed and, of course, on YouTube. And again, a big thank you to, of course, iRacing as well. And check out iRacing.com for more information, or for people that have come from the iRacing.com/live stream. We trust that you are enjoying the show, the final race of season number 2 for Apex Auto Glass and Tinting for 10 Wing Sprint Cars. Someone's going to walk away with a championship. Someone's going to walk away with some cold, hard cash. Let's take a look our final 2 laps. A green-white checker situation for B-Main number 2, and the Alex Robinson curse continues. Craig Silby, Kevin Fry, Joe Kaiser, and Remington Wade hold down your final transfer positions. We are underway for 1 mile around Knoxville, Alex.
Here we go. Kevin Fry in second. Joe Kaiser, Remington Wade. That is still 2, 3, and 4. UC Wade tries to make a move on Kaiser. Van Manen goes to the outside. He got a little bit of contact. White flag in the air. Van Manen has one more chance to make a move. Here he goes. Inside of Remington Wade. He's going to take over the transfer spot. Remington Wade has one more chance. Here comes the turn. Turn 3 and 4 drag race to the finish line. Who's going to take that transfer spot? Silby wins. Fry in second. Kaiser. Van Manen. He comes home in fourth. They're wrecking behind him there. But Van Manen finally going to make a show here as he takes home that 4th spot.
All right, well, what a way to wrap up the final B-Main of season number 2. We've got a little bit of a warm-up session, I believe. We've got, well, it says 5 minutes, but we might even give the drivers about 3 minutes of practice, and we're looking at a track reset, and the way that Knoxville races, that's probably the wrong move. But nonetheless, it's not our decision to make. We've seen that decision and the process repeat all season long. So, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Craig Silby, Kevin Fry, Joe Kaiser, and Josh Van Manen will get the 4 final transfer positions. Galgon, Osborne, Wade, Hauser, Croach, and DeWard. Well, it's time for those guys to pack it up and get a good spot from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. We'll take a quick break on the other side of this. You're watching the season finale championship night for Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series, live from Knoxville here on the iRacing.com service right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome back, race fans, to Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Jerry Vansicle is over at Dingus signing some autographs, shouting some beers, having some chicken wings. Might even be heading over to Casey's General Store to get a nice famous Casey's pizza. I know Sean Neistat is over at the Rib Shack. BJ Duval sitting in the Knoxville Medical Center. I think Tyler Schultz is there with him, just giving him... lending him a shoulder to lean on. Alex Robinson, Brett Wheeler in the booth with you. Alex, it is championship night, and it all comes down to this. And we'll take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And starting from the back to the front. Position number 23 for the Firm Motorsports, it's Josh Van Manen out of position 23. Austin Drucke, the 22, lines up position number 22 to his inside. The 29 for Headhunter Motorsports, that is Joe Kaiser, position number 21.
Starting in the 20th spot, the 55 for Vanderpool Racing, it's Hayden Harvey to the inside. The 21, the Firm Motorsports, Kevin Fry starts 19th.
Iridium Sim Sports driver Daniel Boyd, driving car number 79, starts position number 18. Position number 17 in car number 7 of Craig Silby.
In the 16th spot, Phantom Motorsports 02, it's Matthew Croak. And starting in the 15th spot for Beerline Racing, the 13A, it's Hayden Beerline.
Vanderpool Racing's 21F, Trevor Frank lines up position number 14 to the inside. Out of position number 13, driving the Firm Motorsports 2M machine, J-Mac of Jamie McCarran.
TSM 01, David Allen, he'll start in the 12th spot. Starting in the 11th, it's the 12, Team ABR Sports, it's Alex Bergeron.
Elbows up, Simsports 5 entry of Braden Alla will start position number 10. He's inside for Stand United Racing, the 114 entry of Landon Cardoza.
Kenny Miller the third, Phantom Motorsports 23. He'll start in the A spot, the old man in the 51. Momentum Sim Sports, Clayton Tilley starts 7th.
Position number 6, your points leader, defending champion for Elbows Up Sim Sports. It's the 85 of Tyler Shell to his inside. The 00 for Swindell Speed Lab, that is Kendall Tucker.
Elbows up, Sim Sports. It's the 8. It's Daniel Segers. He'll start in the 4th spot. 1X Black Diamond Motorsports, where he call home. Mason Hannigan. He'll start 3rd.
And your front row for championship night here at the Knoxville Raceway. On the outside of the front row, driving car number 50 for TSM, that is Timothy Smith. And starting on the pole, it's another Canadian. No, it's not the Canadian we normally see on the pole. It is the 21 of Chris Sebeske out from Canada. Alex, very, very quickly, your pick.
I'm going to go with the man. He is going to upset tonight. He is going to pull out the magic rabbit hat. He's going to hope and pray that guys drop back the 00. Swindell Speed Labs, Kendall Tucker gets the job done here at Knoxville.
I'm going to go... Look, I actually wanted to take Tyler Shy, but I've gone with a change of heart. I'm going to go just a couple of rows further back. He picked up a win last week, I'm pretty sure it was. I am going to go with Braden Isla.
So both of us pick the underdogs here, the two guys who need miracles to happen. They need to win. They need Shell and Bergeron to drop out of the top 15 for them to get the points championship here tonight. Can it happen? Well, we've seen it happen multiple times, but it's possible. Anything can happen, especially at Knoxville. But before we get the show underway, you saw it in week 1. We're going to do it the same way. We finish it off. Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, the Firm Motorsports, B-Fins Designs would like to thank you for tuning in to the 10 weeks of great 410 Wing Sprint Car action. We cap it off here at Knoxville Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. The 4Y toast salute to you, the fans, here at Knoxville Speedway for the 410 Wing Sprint Car Championship. Who is going to get the job done and go home with a good paycheck here tonight?
Well, you look at the starting field, Alex. You just look towards the back. Have a look at Alex Bergeron. I'm guessing he's been given an EOL for the incident in the opening heat race of the night. We've seen him do it once before. We've seen him do it at Volusia in about 15 laps. He had to come from position number 23, and I still believe, I'm pretty sure he still ran second in that event. No doubt he's going to do the same thing here tonight, but again, the drivers, once again, are continuing their 4-wide salute to you, the fans, for tuning in to Ultimate Dirt TV. And a big thank you to, of course, the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Winged Sprint Car Series, all the admins behind the scenes at make all this possible week in and week out. And I've been told that PJ Navarro, the boss, he's decided that we're all crazy, and he's picking Bergeron from the back. And I'll tell you what, I mean, it's not a silly pick considering that Bergeron, he is fighting for a championship. But BJ, we hope you're doing well in the Knoxville Medical Clinic. We hope that you're all safe. And look, Tyler Schultz, he's got a pretty big shoulder to lean on if you need that shoulder to lean on, buddy. But we'll get set for the main event here, Alex.
And, man, you see a lot of guys. Jordan Netter picks Tyler Schell or Mason Hannigan to win. You said Duval picks Bergeron.
Hey, very quickly. You had an idea. You had an idea. Let's go quickly. You've got about 15 seconds to very quickly just explain your idea.
Okay, so basketball March Madness is going on. We got ourselves an idea. You know, Ultimate Dirt TV, we're live every week. We're going to have a little pool going on here, but iRacing pool. You're going to pick a winner, ladies and gentlemen, point-wise. Round out the points week. You will get some cash prize. That will start in the coming weeks. But we first got to get this underway. Green flag is out for this feature event. Championship night underway. And you see Mason Hannigan going to go right for the moves.
Yeah, straight up on the inside as we are live for 35 here at Knoxville Raceway, baby. It's going to be Sebeske leading Smith. Zinger's on the top side. Look at Hannigan working down to the inside now, down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to look for position number 3 from Daniel Zingers. Here comes Sebeske. Sebeske right through the slick, and now he's going to lose the race lead. He's going to lose position number 2. Look out, Sebeske slides up. Here comes Zingers with a crossover out of turn number 4, and Tyler Schell watching this battle happening in front of him right now. Kenny Miller rounds out the top 5. Clayton Tilley on the inside. Look at Braden Arler. He's stalking and praying right now. He's got the thing tugged back in the trunk, and he'll shut the door on Clayton Tilley down into 3 and 4.
Clayton Tilley, he is there trying to get by Braden Eiler. Eiler, he's up there trying to battle as well. Schell in the 3rd spot right now. He has Miller behind him. He has Zagers behind him. Sebeske up in front of him. But keep an eye on that 12 machine. He had to go start in the 23rd spot. He's already up to 19th. He's moving through this field, folks. And with 35 laps, watch him start moving up even closer.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these drivers work on the outside of the racetrack, right above the slick line at both ends of the speedway. Kendall Tucker once again down to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4, trying to keep 4 wheels in the moisture. Nearly come up into the left rear there of Kenny Miller. Kenny Miller throws a slide job on Zingers. Zingers, will he power back to around the outside? Yes, he will. There's not a whole lot of room up there, but he makes it work out of turn number 2. Here comes Tucker. Nearly going to make it 3 wide if Zingers crosses underneath him. We'll go 3 wide and Braden Arler, 1, 2, 3. He's going to make 3 passes in half a lap, and now Braden Arler jumps into position number 4, but Miller says, no way, I want to take that back, but Miller hit the slick and 3 wide. Miller, Kendall Tucker and Zingers, now Tilley and Hannigan, they nearly made that 5 wide, Alex. Oh boy.
Contact there. Zagers drops all the way back to the 12th spot. You see Kendall Tucker now. He is up there as well. Tucker, Eiler, they need to move, and they need Schell to move backwards if they want a chance at this title, because Schell right now is in that 2nd spot. You see Eiler, he is doing everything he can, trying to get around that 21. It's the best case slide job by Braden Eiler. Takes over the 3rd spot. He's going after his teammate. Tyler Schell right now in the 2nd spot. But don't look. Alex Bergeron, he's up into the 14th spot, folks. 14 spots in 10 laps. He is moving. He is a man on a mission. He wants his championship.
Yeah, almost passing a car lap either where he really rails the cushion. That car was just bouncing all the way through turn number 1 and 2. Runs a big deep slider line down into 3 and 4. The right rear just tapped the wall there on the exit of turn 4, and he had to drive it back down the racetrack just a little bit. Meanwhile, Tyler Schell slowly but surely coming up the race leader again. You just look to the right of the screen now. Braden Eiler again looks to close in, but Tim Smith at the moment, he's got a stranglehold on this race, but now here comes Tyler Schell. Schell looks to the inside. They'll drag race down into 3, into 1 and 2. Schell for the race lead. Smith back around the outside. What a race. 1, 2, and now here comes Braden Eiler. Slide job there by Tyler Schell. Smith crossed back down the bottom side on the exit of turn number 4, and he'll give up the race lead. And now here comes Braden Eiler. Kendall Tucker, Chris Sebeske closing in on your top 3 as well.
And keep an eye, Eiler, Tucker. Those 2 are right there in 3 and 4. Here's Smith in that 2nd spot, but if you're Timothy Smith, you want to hold on to your spot, but you've got these guys wanting to go for a points championship. You have man on mission here. Eiler and Tucker, those two want to come after Tyler Schell in the 85. He preached consistency. Can he park it in victory lane? Lap traffic already. You see Joe Kaiser there becoming to get into the way here. Lap traffic already on lap 15.
Yeah, working on being 20 and a bit. It'll be 20 laps remaining this time. Bypass the start-finish line. Tyler Schell looking to go back-to-back in the championships. He's got Braden Oller. He's got a nice little... He's got a teammate just sitting right behind him. But you know, Braden Oller, he wants to get the championship as well. And right now, Tyler Schell, as you said, all he has to do is finish second. And he's guaranteed to win himself a championship. But it's Braden Oller, Schell down to the bottom side of the racetrack. This is a good battle up front right now as we work on lap, what is lap number 17. Although it says 18, don't forget that first lap was due to, we went to 4 wide salute. Meanwhile, Kendall Tucker has moved his way to position number 3. Tilly looking on the inside right now on Tim Smith. Then you go back to Kenny Miller, Chris Sebesko. Alex Bergeron inside the top 10. What Alex needs right now, he needs a caution, and I would love to see a caution just to bunch this field back up and give Bergeron a shot at a run at Tyler Schell, Braden Oller, and Kendall Tucker. They sit 1, 3, and 4 in the championships, and they sit 1, 2, and 3 in the race here this evening.
As you see, like you said, Bergeron in 9th. He had to come from 23rd to 9th. He's begging for a caution right now because that's what he needs to get up close and personal to get through this field, but he's saying, no, I got this, as he's going to that top side. He is trying to get around Mason Hannigan. Kenny Miller, these cars, Miller up top. Here goes Hannigan. Hannigan slides up on the slick. Now Bergeron goes to the inside of Mason Hannigan, trying to try and get around. Hannigan trying to shut the door, but Bergeron goes to the inside. That 12 machine coming at Mason Hannigan. Those two drag race down the front straightaway. That was a great race to the line, but Bergeron, he has him now in turn 1 and 2. Bergeron up into 8th. You see up a little bit there was Kenny Miller, Tim Smith, Sabisky. Those guys battling for that top 5 spot. Clayton Tilley right now trying to catch up to Kendall Tucker, but Tucker in the 3rd spot. Schell now is battling it out with his teammate for the lead, Braden Eiler, Tyler Schell. This is a battle you've seen throughout that season. Those two going head-to-head right now as Eiler staying up top as he got the run. Look at that run out at 3 and 4.
What a race so far. We are yet to see the Banana Republic yellow flag here this evening. And what a way to cap off the championship night in what could be a race that goes green to checker. We'll have to wait and see. 12 laps remaining. Braden Oller, your race leader from Tyler Schell. Meanwhile, Clayton Tilley, he's moved up to position number 3 from Kendall Tucker. I've noticed the middle side is starting to come in right now, Alex, and that's where Braden Oller was running. He goes 3/4 way at the racetrack. He's somewhat going to stay in the middle of the racetrack, but when you watched Alex Bergeron and Mason Hannigan do battle, Mason Hannigan drove back through the middle around the outside when Bergeron was running the bottom side. Kevin Fry, next car on the docket for Braden Oller and Tyler Schell to put a lap down. This racetrack is looking very weird, Alex.
This racetrack, I haven't seen it like this for a while. Kevin Fry in the middle side. As you see, those two going to go side by side momentarily. As now Eiler, Schell both get around. Kevin Fry, Eiler going to go run a slider line, see if it's still there. He killed some time because here comes Schell. But now, watch out because you see J-Mac and Austin Drew K. Those two battling up here again. They just want to battle for their spots. They don't have no clue that these leaders are right behind them.
I'll tell you what, Eiler, he's running the slider line through 1 and 2 and nearly tagged the back of the 2M machine of Jamie McCarron. Eiler into the wall. Here comes Schell. 3 wide, McCarron on the inside, just trying to hold his line. Eiler on the top side, Schell back to the race lead, not for long because here comes Braden Eiler. Oh boy, the teammates, the gloves are off and they are fighting for a championship. They are fighting for a win. Tyler Schell with just 7 laps to go. Braden Eiler back into turn number 1 and 2. He'll drift up in front of the 85 now. Schell, where does he go down the back straight away? He'll follow his teammate down into 3 and 4. Joe Kaiser, the 29, just pulls to the infield, just running the inside berm. Alex, 6 remaining in championship night. And Braden Eiler, Tyler Schell, 1 and 2 at the moment. Bergeron still sitting outside of a top 5 and you can near kiss the championship goodbye.
As Tyler Schell, he's in that 2nd spot right now. He just has to sit there and hope and pray that Alex Bergeron doesn't come up, a caution doesn't come out. Because if Bergeron, the only way that Schell loses this championship is if by some bad thing happens, he wrecks out, and then it's anyone's ball game between those other 3. But right now, Green's still out. Braden Eiler out in front. Here comes Shell back to the inside. These two cars have gone at it all season long. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
like you said,
boy.
Gloves are off. It is time.
Wow. Can you believe it? We went 31, 32 laps without a caution. Craig Silby just caught up there with Cardoza and Harvey. And, I mean, there was nothing that he could do except try and get that stopping car, or the flipping car, stopped. He drives away from the scene of the crime. But how about what we are now going to have in the final race of the season? A 3-lap sprint to the end between Braden Eiler, Tyler Shell, Kendall Tucker, who sits in position number 5, and just a couple of positions behind them is the number 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. Alex, the scenarios coming into this one, again, just to reiterate, Bergeron has to win. Shell had to finish second to hold on to a championship. Am I correct about that one?
No, because if Bergeron wins, Shell finishes in second, it's a tie. Tiebreaker goes to Bergeron for the most wins. So Shell needs to win this to guarantee a lockup. If Bergeron finishes anywhere above Tyler Shell, guess what? The 3-time World of Outlaw champion wins here at Apex. Now, if you're Eiler and you're Tucker, the only way you can win it is bearing some catastrophe. Shell and Bergeron wreck and have to go to the back. Then that's the only way those two have a chance right now.
So even with Braden Eiler potentially winning this race, it's still not going to be enough to take the championship. It would mean the battle would come down between Shell and Bergeron, who would finish in front of the other driver. Is basically how it is going to determine your Season 2 championship. At this stage, anything is still possible. We should go back to lap number 33, giving us a 3-lap sprint to the end, 1.5 miles around the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Braden Eiler had to start position number 10. I knew he's good around this type of racetrack. We'll see if we can hold on. Alex, we're set for 3 laps.
3 laps, you said it before, the gloves are off. Somebody is going to win a championship here tonight. Who will it be? We'll find out. 3 laps, green flag is out. Braden Eiler going to lead us into turn 1 and 2. Now watch that 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. Here he comes. He is on a mission right now. He is into that 6th spot, but here comes what you need to watch for. You have Tilly, you have Miller, you have Tucker. He has to pass all of those cars to have a chance at this championship. Tyler Shell, he's right on the back bumper of Braden Eiler with 2 to run. Shell goes to the inside. He is looking to cap this off with the win, but his teammate looks to hold it off here with the white flag coming out this time by Braden Eiler. If you can't talk about drama, here it comes, green-white checker to end the season.
Wow, if we couldn't get any more drama and more anticipation on who is going to find out who is going to win. Let's take a look at UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Hayden Harvey in the 55 for Vanderpool Racing. Oh, Bergeron jumped the cushion. Oh, boy. Bergeron, that is championship goodbye. Championship, you can pretty much kiss that thing goodbye, especially if it decides to go in and get a quick repair. But just look at this. Tucker's on Bergeron's inside. He drifts up the racetrack. Tucker tagged the back of Tilly. Bergeron nowhere to go but to try and jump the mount in turn number 1 and 2. That cushion, and there goes Bergeron down the racetrack. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that will spell the end of Alex Bergeron's championship. But he's still going to restart in the 5th position. No front wing and a green-white checker to wrap us up.
This is going to be feisty, though, because you see Bergeron, he's in 5th. It wasn't his caution. He stays in the 5th spot ahead of Kendall Tucker. So now, if you're Tyler Shell, green-white checker, you need just hold on to 2nd. If you do not hold on to that 2nd spot and Bergeron gets around Tilly and Miller and you try and force an issue with your teammate and it costs you that spot, well, boys, there goes your title.
All right. Well, speaking of titles, it's all on the line here. Tyler Shell looking for back-to-back titles. in a green-white checker situation. Round number 10 of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Cars Championship Night Season number 2. Braden Isla, who started tonight's main event from position number 10. He will lead us back to the green flag. Tyler Shell looking to finish off the way he started season number 2 with a win. Braden Isla will lead down the back straight. Look at Clayton Tilley trying to get a run there on Kenny Miller, and we are yellow. Oh, doctor.
If you wanted drama, this is the place to be, because not only did we have a caution with 3 to go and a green-white checker, but now try number 2 on a green-white checker as we look at the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Craig Silby. Oh,
Mason.
There's somebody stopped, and then there's Trevor Frank.
Oh, now that was Mason Hannigan who pulled to the infield there. Not sure whether he pulled to the infield or whether there was contact. It looks like he just jumped the cushion and he just let it all hang out. David Allen, how about that from David Allen? We're going to go on board with this one. So watch that 1X machine just to the right of your screen. Just comes down now. He's got nowhere to go. And then watch this. Look at this. 2 wheels, 2 wheels, 2 wheels. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I might drive it back on all 4s. Looks a little better that way. And then Craig Silby, Trevor Frank actually checked up, and Silby just got straight into the back of him. And Trevor Frank, oh, hello, upside down. Nice little side flip. We'll give that one a 4 out of 10.
So 4 out of 10 for that 21F of Trevor Frank, but talk about drama. Another green-white checker, try number 2. Bergeron still in the 5th spot. And watch, I won't be, I feel like he wouldn't make a dumb move. But I can see him making a strong move to win it.
Shell? Oh, he's out here to win races. We know, he'll know that where Alex is sitting. He'll know exactly what he needs to do to finish this race. We're going to hopefully finish this race here in just a matter of a lap or 2. The green flag is out, and we are looking at 2 to run. So don't mind the ticker. We've still got 2 laps left to run. Shell all over the back of Braden Isla, Tilly into the back of Kenny Miller. Now we've got the white flag. 1 lap left to run, or this might even be the checkered flag. We'll have to wait and see if the checkered comes out, but it's going to be Braden Isla with the victory here at Knoxville. He will win the final race of the season. And Tyler Shell, well, he comes home second, but more importantly, he is going to double up. He will go back-to-back championships here with the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Take a look at your feature race results coming up on your screen right now. It's going to be Braden Isla with the win for Elbows Up Sim Sports. Tyler Shell in second, and Kenny Miller for Phantom Motorsports home in third. Clayton Tilley fourth, and Chris Sebeske comes home with a top 5.
6th, it was Aiden Beerline. 7th, Kendall Tucker, Daniel Zagers, David Allen, and Matthew Croak rounds out your top 10.
11th to the 15th, Daniel Boyd, Hayden Harvey, Craig Silby, Trevor Frank, and Alex Bergeron in 15th.
16th, it was Landon Cardoza, Mason Hannigan, and 17th, Josh Van Manen, Austin Drew K, and Kevin Fry round out your top 20.
21, 22, 23, Jamie McCarron, Joe Kaiser, and Timothy Smith. That wraps up the championship, but we have still got, of course, post-race interviews to come. And well, we're going to go straight down to victory lane here tonight. And well, he started on the outside of row number 5. I picked him to win, and he did not disappoint. Braden Isla, congratulations on the win, buddy. And wow, that was a while of a race from start to finish.
Yeah, I was kind of getting a little antsy there at the end because the car was at the point where it was like real light on fuel, and it wasn't really like driving the best. But we managed. I was really quick there in the beginning and middle stages. It was real hooked up, and then was just trying to survive and take the points with Tyler, and then we started getting them yellows. But yeah, we got through it.
Well, was there any point of the race, especially those last couple of laps, with 3 to run, we had, back-to-back cautions. Was there any talk of, hey, you know what, I'll just let you have the win? The bigger picture was, Tyler Schell to go back-to-back in the championships?
Kind of, but not really. I told him, I'm too competitive to just let you ride. And we were having that mutual respect to where we weren't going to do anything dumb. But I think we still had that mindset that when it came to it, we were still going to race each other for the win. And how it came out is how it came out. But yeah, we weren't really full set on, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to ride. I think we're just going to be a little safer, but still try to race for it.
All right. Well, congratulations. I think it's 2 weeks in a row you've gone back-to-back here to wrap up the season. A good championship for you overall. It should put you third in the points, maybe second, depending on the points differential between yourself and Alex. But again, to come away with a win here tonight in the final round and to come away with the top 3 in the championship, it's going to be pretty pleasing. Pretty good season after 10 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate everybody for putting the show on. I guess I haven't really been on here much, so maybe I should make this a thing where I don't practice.
Always seems to be the way. You don't practice and you do good. It happens on a regular basis. Braden, congratulations on the win and a good run in the championship. Before we let you go, of course, we know there's a lot of good sponsors on this race car, a lot of good people behind the scenes that help make all this possible for you. Who are those people and sponsors, champion?
Yeah, I just appreciate everybody at Help Up Fun Sport, Travis Tyler and Championship, Wicked Energy Gum, Roofco Indy, Anderson Speedway, Flow Racing, Help Up TV, Hergot Real Estate, Catch Fence Apparel, Fairway Independent Mortgage, BS Air, Motorsports Beat, and I think I got them all this time. I don't know.
Over the Wall Photography, did you say that one?
No, that's probably an important one. Yeah, Dallas Breeze at Overall Photography does great work.
All right, Braden, well done on the win here tonight. Well done on a second or third in the championship.
Thank you.
There we go. Alex, Braden Isla, your winner tonight. And the game continues. The I win game. He won from position number 10. I believe you caught up with your second place finisher and back-to-back champion.
Back-to-back champions, indeed, the 85 Tyler Schell. You spoke about it. You preached about it all season. Consistency. And, well, boy, consistency won you a championship again.
Oh, 100%. After last week, I guess we had to have a little bit of excitement into this week, put a little bit more pressure on myself. That was definitely a pressure-filled race. Just didn't want to see any cautions. I feel like I really had a shot, just didn't need any cautions, and it was mine if I didn't screw up. And we had that caution, I think, with 7 to go, and I was really kind of scared there, but just got lucky and was able to finish second.
And, well, a second-place finish, back-to-back championships. How does it feel, after another long 10 weeks, especially after a tough break that mid-season? A long 10 weeks, but again, comes to a fruition of another championship.
Oh, 100%. Just it's no sweeter feeling, and definitely coming after last week, redemption, and just driving a smart race. I think I may have been a little bit better than Braden there at the end, but there was no point in pushing it. If Alex didn't get to me, there was no point in pushing it. Just push him. So that's what we did, and we came out in second and first in the championship.
And now you spoke about Alex. Talk about this for a second. We called it a friendly rivalry all season. It carried over from the battles that you guys had, the great battles throughout the Pro Series, carries over into Apex, and man, oh man, making a barn burner of a season coming down to the final race.
For sure. Wish it wasn't as barn burning, for me at least. After last week, having to get last over some crap, but we came back this week, cleared our heads, and came back and got second.
Well, you have to have a lot of great sponsors behind that Elbows Up team. Who is on that car that you got to thank for making this season possible?
Just like to thank everybody that Elbows Up. it's a badass team. As you can see, me and Braden, Dan was good. Dan had some hiccups there in the last part of the feature, but you guys are broadcasting, and our sponsors, School of Sim Racing. If you ever need any setup help, they offer everything. They got their own league, setup help, setups. It's everything in one. Great group of guys. And then Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Just Logistics, Paints by Tunican, Hergot Real Estate, BS Air, Overall Photographs, Country Fence Apparel, Roof Coat, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
Well, that is back-to-back champion. And Mr. Wheeler, while you bring up this third-place finisher that you got to talk to, you notice on the top three, and I can talk about it here, top three all posse boys?
Yeah, what's that got to do with the posse fish in Hong Kong? You know why? Because unlike every other posse driver, these guys travel.
We come to Knoxville and the posse represents.
Yeah, it's not hard. All right, let's chat to our third place finisher here tonight, Kenny Miller. Kenny, congratulations, buddy. You started position number 8 on the outside of the 4th row. You had your work cut out for you, and you come over the third place finish. You're going to be happy about this result, champ.
Yeah, I'm extremely happy about the way we ran that race. You know, I probably felt the best I've ever felt here, and with the track conditions kind of the way they were. It was a great race. That long green flag run really helped. I thought I could get into a good rhythm, and I felt like I was really good at searching around and kind of finding the lines to make up the most time. And yeah, I mean, I was glad we kind of got bunched up there at the end. Maybe see if we had a shot, but I guess one too many yellows kind of didn't fall our way. But you know, I'm still very happy with the run we put together tonight.
Well, we've seen it all season long. You know, after the heats, after the consolation race, we see a track reset to 0. You guys get, you know, anywhere between 2, 3, 5 minutes on the racetrack. What kind of adjustments would you or did you make from the heat races after you were looking at the consolation races? What did you think the track was going to do? What kind of changes did you make, if any, to the race car, knowing that, you know, you guys were going to have a somewhat of a fresh racetrack out there at the start, but, you know, come the end of the feature, it's going to be black slick?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be. I figured it would turn out kind of the way it would, but I wanted to make sure that I was kind of set up for the middle when it was going to be kind of bumpy and around the top, but at the same time still be good kind of when it was black slick and kind of floating through the middle there. So yeah, the track kind of did a weird pre-gen type deal, I guess you could say, like before the start of the feature. I don't know what that was. It was super slick in 1 and 2, but overall I think the track turned out really good, and it was really good, really racy, and you could really move around and run a lot of different lines. So yeah, it turned out great, and can't thank everybody at the Apex League for putting this on. It was good fun all year.
All right, well, congratulations on the third place here tonight, Kenny. No doubt you've got some good sponsors on this race car, a lot of good people behind the scenes. Who gets this done for you?
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at Phantom Motorsports. You know, we've been putting our heads together a little bit, trying to get our slick package better, and I think we're slowly working on something. Everyone at Michael Sportswear, Power Outdoors, Velocity Race Designs, and CD Cinematography for helping us out.
All right, Kenny Miller, ladies and gentlemen, home in third place. And, well, he might not know this, but we're going to drag him up and we're going to bring him into the interview. But, Josh, you're the headhunter here at the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car season. Season number 2 is complete, and well, your thoughts on what we wrap up another great season, buddy?
Yeah, no, head honcho. I gotta first off thank my admins, Brandon Morgan, Ryan Frugier. Those guys held it down. I was just a driver trying to keep up, and it wasn't easy in this one. So, yeah, it was a good series. We had. It seemed like the Williams Grove race kind of threw a fork and everything, where we kind of had a poor Williams Grove race, and then the next couple races kind of spiraled a little bit, but we started off really strong. I think we finished really strong. I thought we were going to go caution free there, and then somebody knew that got into my head, so then we had 3 right in a row. But yeah, looking forward to season 3 coming up in 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully we can keep the strength of field that we had, hopefully expand the payouts a little bit, expand sponsorship. And then I know you guys have talked about it a lot, so I really appreciate that. But a week and a half from right now, so Saturday, March 27th, we'll have a 4-class charity event for Michaela Scheib, who is Brandon Morgan. He's a team driver for me, and then he's our head admin for Apex. But his his 15-year-old niece battling thyroid cancer. We're going to run 4 classes. We're going to run big blocks. We're going to run pro late models. We're going to run 410 sprints, and we're going to run NASCAR, the Cup cars. So she's a NASCAR fan as well. We actually do have the tracks picked now. The big blocks are going to run at Limaland. The pro lates are going to run here at Knoxville. The 410 sprints are going to run at Eldora. And the NASCAR cars are going to run at the Kansas Speedway. And those tracks were handpicked by Michaela. The cars were handpicked by Michaela. So it's just going to be a big afternoon where we can support her. Be $15 per class that you want to run. And 100% of the proceeds will go to her and her family. We do have some awards to give out. We had some pretty cool sponsors come on board. The Butt Kicker, FEG PC, ABR Setup Shop, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting is throwing some prizes out there. So we're really looking forward to that. And make sure to keep Mac in your thoughts and prayers, whatever you prefer.
Two-part question. 1, do you reckon she'll come and talk to us live on the air? And 2, do you reckon we can convert her to a dirt person? Because NASCAR is boring.
So she is a dirt person first. She does like NASCAR as well. She's been hanging out in our Discord. I mean, I could just take her by surprise and drag her in here.
I'm all for the element of surprises. You ready?
She's 15, so you may get a lot of one-word answers.
You know what? It couldn't be any worse than Mason Hannigan today. Michaela, we are live on air. How are you?
I'm good.
Now, first question. Why do you like NASCAR?
Because my grandpa had a racetrack.
Okay. And I've been told you're a dirt person. Is that true? Just want to confirm this.
Yeah.
Favorite class, favorite track?
Favorite track is... I don't know. I've been watching Knoxville a lot.
Ah, the real sprint car capital of the world. See, Alex? Even a 15-year-old knows what's better than PA. Look, you seem a little uncomfortable. We'll drag you back up there, and we'll let you talk to Brandon a bit more. But we're just repeat those dates and obviously where can people go, Josh, to sign up for this wonderful event.
So it'll be March 27th. It'll be a Saturday. We'll probably run about all afternoon. Probably start somewhere around 1 o'clock. I haven't nailed down that yet. I'll be putting out a graphic here in the next couple of days. It'll be all over Facebook, all the iRacing groups on Facebook. The best place to find it is the Firm Motorsports on Facebook. That's our personal Facebook page. All the details will be there, and then that'll get you the links to sign up and everything like that into the right Discord. So definitely going to be a great event. Should have a great turnout, I think, for it. I know there's been a lot of interest. And thank you to those. First off, thank you to you guys for putting the GoFundMe in there. And thank you to those that have already donated. We've actually had some very, very generous donations in that GoFundMe already from guys that race the series. So a huge, huge shout out to those guys.
All right, Josh. Well, we'll look forward to that wonderful event on March 27. And certainly once you get that graphic done up, just send it over to us. We'll get it shared on the UDTV page, and we'll let everybody know where we can send those people that might want to race and support a wonderful cause. Josh, thank you for your time and efforts this season for not only the 410s but also the 360s as well. We certainly look forward to season number 3.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for broadcasting it. This league wouldn't be what it is without you guys. I made the right decision to pick you guys for season 1, and now here we are. So hats off to you guys. You guys have been tremendous support to us as well, and I'm happy to consider you guys friends at this point. So thank you for all that you guys do as well.
All right, there we go. Josh Van Matten, head honcho here at the Firm Motorsports. Alex, I see a driver that is going to go and talk to Josh, so that's probably going to wrap us up. So.
Well, I think he's waiting for us. He's been there since we started. I think he's waiting because that one young man is. I think he finished second in points. So I think he's waiting on us because he's been there a while.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Again, element of surprise. Let's drag him up. Alex Robinson, that is. We'll let you chat to our runner-up in the points.
coming home in second. I mean, heck of a season for that 12 machine. Had to come from the back tonight, but coming from the back, finishing, running strong. It's that 12 machine, Alex Bergeron. And talk about this season in general. Missing the first race and having to run the whole element throughout the rest of the season then.
We definitely had some good runs, and definitely one of the fastest cars on the tour. We did very good. Tonight was unfortunate, starting from the back there, and it's not really, the call I wanted to see, because I was not it was actually not my fault at all last week, but it's part of it, and I took it, and went from the back and went to the front there, and absolutely got taken out. So. It sucks to be like that, but we finished I think second here tonight in the points. Is that right? And I guess that's not too bad. And obviously with the season I went.
Yeah, second in points, and like we said, you missed the first week. So missed the first week. Shell wins the first week. Then you have to come and you have to run the table, show up, consistent finishes throughout the rest of the season, even have a chance. And you did what you lived up to everything of the 3-time pro champion, and you show up here, consistent finishes, winning a lot of races, and to be in that spot just shows how good that car has been this whole season.
Yeah, we put a lot of time in, and it's good. It's good to have good results, and it always pays off in the end. And just like tonight, we did good all race. Starting the back, no yellows. I think it's the first time this season we haven't seen a no yellow race, so it was a bit harder for us to go from the back there and go to the front, but we still managed to get to 6th or 7th there with no yellows. So it's quite good. We always have a good car, and I'm capable of driving through the field a little bit and make my way through. And this track is always good. It's always nice when it gets slick, and I think it put on a good show tonight for the fans on the racing. But the last 5 laps, other than that, I think it was good. Like I said, it just sucks that we get taken out like that, and it's just how it is. But it's never going to change with that driver.
And now, we see a lot of sponsors. You got a lot of great guys behind you at ABR Esports. Who do you have to thank for another strong season in that 12 machine?
Oh, as always, Team ABR Esports, Rebecca and Jason, they do a lot of work, and we work together, and we make sure we always have good cars and we support each other. So, that's the main game. And, everybody that supports us, partners, CSI Shocks, Pelagic Cat, BK Design, Smart Farm Equipment, ABR Setup Shop, CD Symptography, and everybody else that supports us. And, of course, my dad for watching all the time. And yes, for broadcasting, doing an awesome job broadcasting all the time with Brett and you, Alex. So, it's awesome to see, and the league for putting this up on Thursday nights for us to race, and hopefully we might be back next season.
And now I got one more question before we dismiss. ABR Setup Shop, when are we getting some asphalt setups there?
Maybe one day. We're not sure.
I'm sitting here scrolling. I'm like, when is this man coming out with asphalt stuff?
Well, we'll keep on working hard and bring the best for the drivers, and have the best on track. We put a lot of time, and we want people to be good and be comfortable on the racetrack. That's our main game.
Well, that is the 12 machine finishing second this season of Alex Bergeron.
There's an easy answer to that one, and I kind of didn't want to hijack that interview because he's obviously he's good at what he does. But I mean, if you want asphalt setups, you know where to go. Rocket Racing setups. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah, and I gotta hype him up because, especially if you want cup cars or the trucks. I saw you, especially Daytona week. You were rolling around in some asphalt series, and you were dominating. And that's the guy who won the Daytona 500 on the iRacing Pro Series. Michael Conti builds those ones. So when it comes to the asphalt NASCAR series, Rocket Racing is the place to go.
All right, that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And then, in fact, look at this. Fitting way to end the night. Here we go. This is the moment that a lot of people have been talking about. In the comment section, we're all getting involved in it. Here's the incident. Tucker tags the back of Tilly. Tucker, the wheels were pointing to the left. He was sliding up, and it kind of left Bergeron no room to go on that one. It's just... got one, and there's a second one, and well, call it what you want, but for everybody that was having a yarn in the Facebook feed, that is the moment where we are all talking about. That's what's got everybody chattering about the end of the race. But again, Alex, thank you so very much for your time this season. It's been a wonderful season for season number 2. And your final thoughts before we wrap this up.
Final thoughts. I mean, Shell, Bergeron, Tucker, Eiler, they put on a barn burner throughout this season. All 4 of them had a chance coming into that feature to win the points championship, and we talk about it. You never really see 4 cars, 5 cars have a chance going into championship night. They were all separated by 10, a little bit more than 10 points coming into tonight. So, if you want to see who wins season 3, will it be Tyler Shell going for a three-peat? Will it be Alex Bergeron, Braden Eiler, Kendall Tucker going for redemption, or Kenny Miller, Tim Smith? They had some speed. Well, I just can't wait for season 3 to find out.
Yeah, well, it's that time for us to check out. Go grab us a bite to eat over at the Rib Shack, or we might even head over to Dingus and have a few beers with Jerry Vanskool. We do believe that Jerry is paying for that one, but to get a big thanks to, of course, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting and the Firm Motorsports, all the admins behind the scenes that make all this possible week in and week out, not only for the 410s, but also for the 360s that we covered on the Wednesday night as well. And again, we look forward to season number 3. Check out the Firm Motorsports on Facebook as well. Again, a big thank you to, of course, World of Thunder Esports League, SRT Australia, Rocket Racing Setups, Heat Waves Designs, and FEG PC. Until next time, until we see you again live, I believe we're going to be Sunday night with the World of Thunder Esports League. And for all the management, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV, the management behind the scenes, on behalf of Alex Robinson, myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night from the sprint car capital of the world, Knoxville Raceway. We'll see you Sunday night.